Welcome to a quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Now this announcement is just to say what this video is about. This video will promote a upcoming tournament that I'm going to be running from my golf courses community for PGA2K21. What you're about to hear is how the tournament is going to go and the things that we're going to expect from players. Hope you enjoy listening to it, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the end. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to rerun that previous video because I wasn't happy with it split into two parts. Now, our intentions of doing something that is a similar event to the launch event I did back in September 2018 for GDC 2019 on the PS4. Now, the last event went very well indeed, and was a joy to run. So, this is what I'm going for this time. The premise is near enough the same than the last time. So once again, I'm looking for a maximum of 16 entrants. This time we're going to have a group stage we're going to have a group stage before the single elimination. The reason for that is I don't want players feeling like they're hardly involved in the event. Because last year, or the one I did a year and a half ago, was a single elimination event and was never really gave people a chance of playing badly and getting themselves back into it, or suffering a defeat and then having another opportunity to get through. So on this occasion, I've considered the options and decided that a group stage would be ideal. So that's the main change from this to this tournament from the last one. We're still going to have 16 entrants, but we're now going to have 4 groups of 4. There's going to be 3 matches guaranteed for each player. The top 2 for each group, that's Group A, Group B, Group C and Group D, will advance to the quarterfinals. Then it becomes a single elimination. So players that do well are guaranteed at least 4 matches. So that is good work. Now, also another change from the previous event is that 2 courses will now be used for the entire event. I'm looking to use one for the group stage and one for the final stages. So those have yet to be determined, obviously. So we'll determine those closer to the tournament start. I will determine those closer to the tournament start. The difficulty setting that we ask players to use will be chosen by the majority of users prior to the tournament starting. So I will get the consensus from users as to as to the best difficulty to use before the tournament starts. Now, I did that for the first event, and that's why the first event was successful. So I'm going to repeat that for the second one. There'll be once we open the registration process for these tournaments, for this tournament, there will be a 2-week registration window. I'm looking to start registration on the 8th of September, providing I can get enough people interested in the community itself. That's when I'm looking to start registration. There'll be a 2-week registration window, so that'll be the 15th and the that'll be from the 8th to the 22nd of September. We will look to start on the 23rd of September. That's when we will look to start. However, if it looks like we aren't going to get enough players in by the 23rd of September, I will extend the registration period to the end of September, and we will start in early October. So there is scope to move the registration period if we don't get enough players in. So I don't expect that to be a problem, because I'm sourcing players from a number of sources. So I don't expect that to be a problem, but if it is, I can make the adjustment as required. And the bottom one there isn't a requirement, but I'm hoping that most matches will be streamed, or that, as I say, I'm not going to make it a requirement, I'm going to make that a choice. So that is entirely up to users if they want to stream matches. What I will specify though, and I will just put that on the bottom, is that let me just put that in. Is that scorecards must be checked and confirmed and marked by tournament host, which is myself. So marked, and I'll just put in there brackets screenshots. So that's the only specific requirement, is that scorecards must be checked and marked by the tournament host, which is myself, and users will be able to do that by sending a screenshot to the PSN tag, or I'm going to set up a PSN messaging group they can also send scorecards in there for me to check. So that's the only requirement. The rest of them are total choices, but the one requirement is the scorecards. So I think that's fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I did for the first event, and it worked well. So just as a reminder, 16 entrants we're looking for, 4 groups of 4, Group A, Group B, Group C and Group D, 3 matches guaranteed for each player that enters. The top 2 in each group advance to the quarterfinals, and then it becomes a single elimination. 2 courses will be used, one for the group stage and one for the final stages. Pins and tees will be sorted at a later date, and weather conditions as well. Difficulty settings to be chosen by the majority of users prior to tournament start. That is the swing plane, the swing timing, and so on. And there'll be a 2-week registration window when registration is open. We will aim to start mid to late September to early October. Most matches will be streamed, though, or should hopefully be streamed, but though that is a completely optional requirement. And the final mandatory requirement is that scorecards must be checked and marked by the tournament host, i.e. screenshot to the PSN tag or group messenger. So I think those rules are, well, not rules, those guides are pretty fair. And just as a reminder, this video will be put up to YouTube, and I'll use it as a thing, and I will also link it in on the various things as well, so users are aware of what I'm looking for from there. So I'm looking forward to doing this again, ladies and gentlemen. If it's anything like the last one, it's going to go well. As I say, I've got some new players involved this time. It's not going to be this. There has been more interest, so we might have some new users this time, which will make it even better. But the same thing should apply, and above all, we should enjoy ourselves and enjoy having good games of golf. But that's going to bring this tournament announcement, community launch event announcement to an end. As I say, I'm hoping that this is going to be as successful as the previous event I've done. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. I think, just to add a few points, I think having the group stage is going to make it more and more feasible for users to want to come and play it, because they're not just playing one match and leaving. They're playing 3 instead. So they're playing a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 7. Sorry, a maximum of 6. So a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 6. So I would expect, once we start the tournament, the group stage to be concluded within 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks maximum. So start the conclude the group stage within 3 weeks, and move on to the knockout stages which should be another 2 weeks. So the whole tournament, if played properly, should take a total of 5 weeks. So if we look to start early October, we're looking at finishing early November maximum. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I did want to put a group stage in for the reasons outlined. It's just to make it more fair for people, and give them more of an opportunity to play. But I mean, first of all, I would just like to point out these aren't set in stone, but these are aims for the tournament at the moment. We obviously don't know whether we're going to get 16 entrants, but these are aims for now and can be adjusted if required if we don't get the numbers. So even though they look as though they're set in stone, they are actually not. So it depends on tournament interest and how we go from there. But that's going to bring this announcement to an end, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, I'm looking forward to hosting another of these events if there anything like the last one was to go by, and hopefully it will be, and we'll enjoy the golf. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.